Shalom. Once again, it's your Brew and Shemayim back with another one. Today, we are going over the Behold, I will stir up the Medes, biblical prophecy unfolding. I'm going to have a timeline of videos to go through, but I wanted to go through this scripture first. Isaiah 13 and 17 through 22, it says, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as far as gold, they shall not delight in it. And we got to remember, the Medes, when it's speaking of that, it's speaking of Iran, or what we call the axis of evil, right? And this is it, with the biblical dictionary next to it. It says, I will stir up, which is H5782. And I wanted to go into this so we could go into what stir up mean. Exactly what does it mean for these people to be stirred up, right? Let's go into it. It says, to rouse oneself awake, awaken, incite, to rouse oneself awake, to be roused up, to stir up, to rouse, incite, to be excited, to be triumphant, to rouse, stir up, to act in a aroused manner, to be awake.
Emergency workers scaled rubble inside Iran's embassy compound in Syria after a suspected bombing by Israeli warplanes on Monday. Tehran said the strike killed 7 military advisors, including 3 senior commanders. The target, according to Iranian state media, was top Revolutionary Guards commander Mohammad Reza Zahedi. He had been a senior commander in Iran's elite Quds force, the Corps' overseas arm, according to the Guards. Iran's ambassador to Syria, Hossein Akbari, said Tehran's response would be harsh. Syria's foreign minister condemned the attack.
Iran launched more than 300 cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, and drones toward Israel, raising concerns about broader conflict in the Middle East 6 months after Hamas attacked Israel. Israeli, American, and other allied forces intercepted dozens of drones and the majority of missiles before they reached Israeli territory, officials said. It's the first time Iran has directly attacked Israel from Iranian territory. Here's how the conflict between the two countries escalated.
Ibrahim Raisi, a man known as the Butcher of Tehran, died yesterday in a helicopter crash near a remote village in Iran. It was confirmed today that his foreign minister and other Iranian officials also died. And I'll be honest, when I first heard about this, I immediately presumed Israel was behind it.
At the moment of the Hamas chief who's been killed, as well as his bodyguard. After this is the news that's coming in at the moment. We're talking about the chief of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, and one of his bodyguards were killed after his residence was targeted in Tehran. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard has gone on. This is IRGC that has gone on to confirm this news. Iran state media says that the Hamas chief has been killed. Ismail Haniyeh and his bodyguard have been killed. So breaking news coming in at the moment.
Let's talk about Ismail Haniyeh, the Hamas leader who was just killed in Iran.
Because this is a big story.
A major development in the Middle East.
There was a strike on the place Haniyeh was staying in Tehran. Iran is accusing Israel of assassinating him and says it will respond. Haniyeh was the political leader of Hamas. He's been involved in ceasefire talks over Gaza, and he's normally based in Qatar. But he was in Iran to attend the inauguration of the new president. Haniyeh's assassination throws up a lot of questions, so let's speak to an expert about this. Abdullah, thanks so much for hopping on. First up, who was Ismail Haniyeh?
Yeah, Ismail Haniyeh was the head of the political office of Hamas, the Islamic resistance movement known by its acronym Hamas. He was born in a Gaza refugee camp, as many of the leaders of the organization were, to parents who, of course, survived the Nakba in 1948, the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians from their villages and cities nearby. And then eventually he became not just the prime minister of the Palestinian Authority, but then eventually the head of Hamas Hamas's political bureau in exile in the last 5 years, where he's overseen, among other things at least, its diplomatic initiatives, its relations with foreign governments, as well as more recently, and perhaps more crucially, the ceasefire negotiations that have been ongoing with Israel since last October.
زیارت قبول یا حسین باید دنبال پرچم تا
شهید اسماعیل
אנחנו ערוכים לכל תרחיש ונעמוד מלוכדים ונחושים מול כל איום. ישראל תגבה מחיר כבד מאוד על כל תופעות נגדנו מכל זירה שהיא.
Okay, so the stirring up of the Medes is the fall of the daughter of Babylon, and we're going to get into it. This is Isaiah 13. We're going to go from 17 to 21. It says, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as far as gold, they shall not delight in it. Meaning you can't buy these people. Their bows also shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. In Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, that's sorcery, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of the doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and strattars shall dance there.